They say a curse protects the boy king. But what if the true guardians of Tutankhamun's tomb aren't supernatural at all, but something far more sinister, lurking within the very walls themselves? Did ancient magic claim lives, or could a silent, invisible enemy be the real culprit behind the legendary deaths? For a century, the world has whispered of a pharaoh's wrath. But tonight, we dare to ask a heretical question: what if the curse wasn't a curse at all? What if science, not superstition, holds the key to unlocking the mysteries surrounding Tutankhamun's tomb, revealing a truth far stranger, and far more terrifying, than any myth ever conceived? Before we dissect the evidence and unearth the truth, what's your theory about these hidden guardians? Subscribe now, and explore every breathtaking secret with us. Leave a comment below. On November 4, 1922, after years of relentless searching, Howard Carter's pickaxe struck gold in the Valley of the Kings, unearthing KV-62, the tomb of Tutankhamun. It was an undisturbed time capsule, overflowing with treasures that defied imagination, igniting a global obsession. But this dazzling find was soon shadowed by dark rumors of a deadly curse. Just months later, Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's wealthy benefactor, succumbed to a mysterious illness. His death, seemingly inexplicable, became the first tendril of a legend that would grip the world. The boy king, who died at barely 19 after a brief 9-year reign, had seemingly unleashed his wrath from beyond the grave. But what truly claimed Tutankhamun's life? Was it a blow to the leg, revealed by 21st century scans, that festered into a fatal infection? Or did the seeds of his demise lie within his very genes, weakened by generations of royal inbreeding? Perhaps even malaria played a silent, deadly role. The treasures took nearly 10 years to painstakingly catalogue, but could there be other secrets still buried within the sands, beckoning us to look beyond the curse, towards a scientific truth hidden deep within time? Yet, even as Carter meticulously catalogued his finds, a disquieting shadow began to lengthen. Lord Carnarvon succumbed to a swift and agonizing death only months after the tomb's unveiling. What began as a seemingly innocuous mosquito bite spiraled into pneumonia and blood poisoning. Then, whispers escalated when Carnarvon reportedly nicked himself shaving, the minor wound becoming a fatal gateway. Adding further fuel to the speculation, a sudden power outage plunged Cairo into darkness at the very instant Carnarvon breathed his last, thousands of miles away in England. Even before the tomb was fully opened, Carter's beloved canary, a vibrant symbol of good fortune, met a grim end devoured by a cobra, an ancient symbol of pharaonic power. Soon after, Carnarvon's half-brother, Aubrey Herbert, died unexpectedly, and Arthur Mace, another member of the excavation team, passed away 5 years later. Coincidence? Perhaps. But in those initial days, a chilling narrative took root: the curse had awakened. But the whispers of curses soon met the cold logic of science. The tombs of Egypt, undisturbed for millennia, were anything but sterile. Within those ancient, sealed walls, a microscopic world teemed with life. High concentrations of Aspergillus niger and Aspergillus flavus, fungi notorious for producing potent mycotoxins, were discovered clinging to the stones. Studies revealed that prolonged exposure to these mycotoxins could unleash a cascade of debilitating health problems: respiratory distress, allergic reactions, and even a compromised immune system. And it wasn't just these common culprits. Scientists also highlighted the threat of histoplasmosis, a fungal infection thriving in the droppings of bats and birds that may have infiltrated the tombs. A 1960s study unearthed streptomyces bacteria, with some strains harboring toxic compounds. Some researchers even theorized the existence of toxic gases, such as ammonia and hydrogen sulfide, trapped for eons and violently unleashed when the tombs were breached. The work of microbiologist Dr. Ezzedine Gad underscores the insidious impact of this microbial cocktail. Perhaps, then, the curse was not supernatural, but rather a deadly confluence of pre-existing vulnerabilities meeting an ancient, unseen enemy. Beyond the microscopic threat of microbes, the very act of breaching Tutankhamun's tomb could unleash psychological responses. Lord Carnarvon's death, seemingly triggered by a mere mosquito bite, became a central pillar in the curse narrative, overlooking the fact that extreme stress is a well-documented immune suppressant. Picture the claustrophobia, the darkness, the weight of millennia bearing down. This tomb effect could easily induce profound unease, even paranoia. Psychologist Dr. Nasser El-Sobki's research suggests a cultural predisposition within Egyptian society, a heightened susceptibility to the perceived power of curses, thereby amplifying these effects. The sheer anticipation of encountering a curse could manifest tangible physical symptoms, a vivid demonstration of the nocebo effect in action. Deep within the earth, starved of sensory input, disorientation and anxiety could readily be misinterpreted as supernatural intervention. A 2008 study established a link between confined spaces and a surge in anxiety, heart rate, and blood pressure. Within Tutankhamun's tomb, the mind became as much a battleground as the body. But the power of suggestion didn't halt at the tomb's entrance. Lord Carnarvon, already steeped in occult beliefs, likely interpreted subsequent events through the lens of superstition. The press, particularly the sensationalist Daily Mail, amplified these fears, weaving lurid tales of the Pharaoh's curse. Even Arthur Conan Doyle publicly attributed Carnarvon's demise to vengeful spirits. Did this collective belief, fueled by fear and conjecture, inadvertently become a self-fulfilling prophecy? While a 2002 study found no statistical evidence to support elevated mortality rates among those who dared to enter the tomb, Howard Carter dismissed the curse as fantasy. Yet, the pervasive narrative undoubtedly stoked anxiety and stress, potentially impacting the well-being of those involved, and overshadowing the historical significance of their discovery. The allure of the curse endures, fueled by our fascination with the unknown. In conclusion, it seems that a confluence of coincidence, scientific explanation, and psychological suggestion conspired to birth this enduring legend. But even as science illuminates the past, shadows linger. Does Tutankhamun's tomb still hold secrets yet to be unearthed, a final testament to the enduring power of mystery, or are the scientific explanations enough to dispel the legend forever? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you believe?